Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 104. Oh my God, of the Mamapreneur Podcast. Get ready tonight to hear all the claps and sound effects. I am your amazingly fabulous hostess. My name is Robin, and I've been before you for 103, now 104 episodes, being able to spotlight women-owned businesses from all over the world, providing exposure to a global audience for their brands. I feel like I should do another golf. I do a golf clap as she does that every time. Just a good old golf clap. Not just kidding. For those of you that if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. As you can see, we like to have a good time over here at the Mamapreneur Podcast. And that is what we're going to do, honey, tonight. It is going to be a funky good time. So, before I get to my guests, before I get to anything I'm about to talk about, I like to put the audience to work. Why? Because you're sitting there listening to us. You might as well, do a little work. It's fine. Okay. So, first things first, I need you to share the live wherever you're watching me from right now. If it is Facebook, if it is LinkedIn, if it is YouTube, I need you to hang a left over to the share button, and I need you to share the live or share the replay. And if you're watching us via the replay, give me a hashtag replay. Let me know that you're watching, that you're tuning in. All right. Also, while you're at it, I love that this platform reaches people from all over the world. And so I want you to let me know in the chat where you are tuning in from. Where you're tuning in from. So far, I'm asking you to share and let me know where you're tuning in from. And then, last but not least, if you know me, you know that I am about all things networking, connection, and collaboration. And so, what I need you to do, if you are a business owner, I need you to put your links in the chat, whether your social media link, your website, email address. Tell us what you do. You never know. Your business may be a blessing to someone, but nobody will ever know about it until you talk about it. So tell us about your business in the chat, all right? And don't forget to share and let us know where you're tuning in from, okay? All right. So at the Mamapreneur Podcast, I offer a service called the She Means Business Spotlight. This is for my business owners that want that exposure, but they are not physically in the room, if you will, like my guest tonight. And so my She Means Business Spotlight tonight is Becky Omasabi, founder of D Dun. I hope I'm saying it right. Events and D Dun or Die Dun. I hope I'm saying it right. And Co. Becky is the creative force turning celebrations and brand moments into immersive, story-driven experiences, from jaw-dropping, Robin, backdrop installations and custom event branding to beautifully curate gift boxes designed with elegance and intention. She helps you celebrate with style, not stress. So to connect with her, her information is didun.co. So make sure you head over to her website. Her name is Becky, and she is the founder of, I hope it's saying it right, D Dun Events and D Dun and Co. And so you'll get to, if you're coming to an event I'm going to be talking about in a moment, you'll get to see her gift boxes in the flesh. So more to come there about that. So give her a hand clap in the chat. She is our She Means Business business spotlight of tonight's episode. Okay. All right. So I have a few announcements because that's just what we do here. I always got something going. So tonight's no different. So first things first, if you're watching me right now on the U of Tube, I need you to go over to that subscribe section, press that subscribe button, and subscribe to the Mamapreneur Podcast YouTube channel. We are trying to grow that baby. So subscribe, where you get all things Mamapreneur, all the fun. All right. Next, if you want to be on this stage, like the ladies that I'm going to be interviewing tonight, I am now booking guest spots for the Mamapreneur Podcast for the month of August through December of 2026. So if you are a woman-owned business from anywhere in the world, you are hungry about getting your brand out there on a global scale, Kesha will post my link shortly. Please make sure you click that link. It's a Calendly link to book time with me to discuss more details. Again, so how you can be on the show like these ladies tonight. So again, women business owners all over the world currently booking guest spots for the Mamapreneur Podcast for the month of August through December of 2026. I can't believe March is on Sunday. I don't know where this year went, but yeah, that's a whole nother story. So that's that. So also for my women business owners, event host, if you are looking for someone to do content for you, for your brand, if you're looking for someone to do content for your events that you're hosting here in the DFW area, I've added a service which is called the Mamapreneur Media Experience. I've done it for quite a few ladies here in the DFW area, providing quality content that will convert, because we don't do business just for hobby. We do business to convert. Now we are in the age of you have to show me what you do while you're doing it. That's where the Mamapreneur Media Experience comes in, as I am your content bestie. So if you want to know more, you can also click that Calendly link to connect with me, so I can help capture your event, capture you while you're doing your thing. So, sometimes you got to pop out and show them. All right. Mamapreneur Media Experience. Hope to hear from you in regards to that. All right. All right. March 8th, 2026. If you are in the DFW area, I am hosting a kickoff for my nonprofit that I recently founded, which is Team Robin's Divas Cancer Foundation, which is a foundation that is providing resources, education, and care packages, which Becky from D-Dun, I'm going to mess the name up, and Co., she is going to be our authorized vendor for the cancer care packages. So we need you in the room March 8th, Arlington, Texas, from 1 to 4 p.m. Come in your purple. Play the purple. Be in the room. And support your low me. I don't bite. Support me. It's okay. But yes. So in regards to the nonprofit, calling my business owners also who are seeking exposure for their businesses. I am opening up to sponsor opportunities for the cancer kickoff event. So if you're wanting to get more promotion and things for your business, being a sponsor for the kickoff is a great start. So if you would like to know more, if you know me personally, reach out to me directly. Or if you want to book a call to discuss more, I have 3 tiers, 4 sponsor tiers. So you can learn more about the foundation, about the why. Of course, it comes from a personal space as a 9-year cancer survivor. And so that's where this all began. And the Lord gave me the tap to say, hey, go do that for other people. So Team Robin's Divas Cancer Foundation sponsorship opportunities are open. Next event is for my Women's History Month brunch, March 28th, 2026, Dallas, Texas. Registration is required. Come be in the room. If you've been to a Mamapreneur event, you already know what to expect. quality connections, where it is reciprocal. It's not what's in it for me. So if you want to know more, link has been posted for the Mamapreneur Women's History Brunch. Come in your pantsuit, honey. The theme is pantsuits. Doesn't matter the color. Just come in your pantsuit. All right. And last event that I'm going to talk about today, for my DFW real estate professionals. You sell houses, commercial or residential. You're in title, you're an attorney, you're insurance, you're a notary, you are in, let's go now, credit repair, any form of real estate. I have a quarterly event with my friend Misha Miller, and we get people in the room to connect. You can be a photographer. Doesn't matter. As long as it's within the real estate realm, come be in the room, make connections. I've seen those people go off and do great things together that come to it's this time it's called keys and teas. So you get to come in your funny fancy t-shirt that kind of mimics what your business is. So it's going to be a cool setup. So April 18th, 2026, Fort Worth or Arlington area, must be registered to attend. Be in the room. If you don't know me already, true connection happens when you're in the room. If I wasn't in the room 6 years ago, you wouldn't be seeing me on your screens right now, talking about a podcast, talking about 5 years. That happened by being in the room. So I stress that enough because that's what it is. Last, I got something that we do on this show called Robin's 2 Cents. Again, as you all know, I talk to entrepreneurs at least 5 to 10 a day in regards to something another business. So my 2 cents today, short, sweet, to the point. Whatever is for you will not miss you. Say that again for the people in the back. Whatever is for you will not miss you. Had a conversation with a couple people this week, and they were talking about a lot of rejection that they were experiencing in their business. So I got 3 key points, and I'm going to sound like a pastor right now, and I'm going to take my seat, literally. All right. Alignment over anxiety. What's truly meant for you won't require you to beg, shrink, chase, or go into exhaustion behind it. It should automatically come with ease and flow. Rejection is redirection. Every no isn't a loss. It is protection. Pushing you toward the opportunity that fits your God-ordained assignment. And lastly, timing over force. Easier said than done sometimes, because we want when we want it, and we wanted it yesterday, and we wanted it last week. And sometimes the Lord, may not give us what we want in the timing that we would like it. And the example this came from, at 2 good friends, both applied for speaking engagements that they really wanted, and neither one of them got the ones that they wanted. Fast forward to one friend, 48 hours later, ends up getting a speaking engagement, and it was one she didn't even think she was going to get. So whatever is for you will not miss you. That's my 2 cents. That's it. All right. My first guest. First off, before I get to my guest, this is an engaging show. So make sure you hop in the chat. Give us a little love in the chat, okay? If you have a question for the guest, please make sure you post them in the chat, and they'll be happy to answer them live on air. So I have my first Cali girl. We got 2 Calis, a Utah and an Oregon, and then little old me here in Texas. So my first Cali guest of the day, her name is Patricia Franklin. She is the author of Sis, You Need Some Rest. Patricia, I hope you got that in a shirt. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And founder of the Franklin Freelance Writing Consulting Company. where she helps individuals and businesses transform their stories into impactful, purpose-driven narratives. With a heart for authenticity and empowerment, Patricia centers her work around self-care, healing, and personal growth, reminding high-achieving women that rest is not weakness, it is strategy. All the way from California. Give her some claps in the chat, Patricia Franklin.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
boo.
Hey, Miss Robin. How are you? I'm good. I'm loving that
hat. Thank you, baby. You know, one of many. One of many. Yes.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, first things first. Sis, you need some rest. Talk about it.
Honey, we all need some rest. So, Sis, You Need Some Rest, a mental health guidance book for the hearts of the household, was written in 6 weeks without rest because the Holy Spirit put something on my heart and I needed to talk about my own story and to be vulnerable with other mamapreneurs about the need of our mental health. So that's where the derivative of that book came from.
I said, in other words, go lay down, is what she is saying. Sis, go lay down. Go lay down. So if you don't have no shirts with Sis, You Need Some Rest, I need you to get you a shirt in purple in this case.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice bold letters. You're welcome. Sis, you need some rest. Talk about what made you say, hey, I'm going to find this consulting company, which is Franklin Freelance Writing Consulting.
Franklin Freelance was birthed 6 years ago. I was a graduate student. I was a stay-at-home mother with my second baby. And I said, Lord, I need some help. I need someone to help me edit, someone to get through it, someone to help me, guide me with the hands-on approach. So that's when I decided, after I had graduated, that I needed to be the derivative of what everyone else needed, because these universities have these writing centers, but they don't have the hands-on approach. Everybody feels guilty that they don't know how to write and or feel guilty that they don't know what route they want to go. So I said, okay, Lord. And this is where she came from, that thinking woman with that writing. And I was like, you know what? Need a writer. And that's my hashtag, because everybody needs some kind of support. And everybody has to write.
Yes. So talk about that process of you writing, just all the things, and then just to get it started and knowing who you wanted to kind of focus on. Talk through that.
Yes, I wanted to focus on the average student. I wanted to focus on someone who hadn't been to school in a long time. I wanted to focus on the older women who were having trouble getting their footing back in and kind of felt judged. And once I actually started with 3 clients who were friends of mine. And once I kind of see an uproar and a push for it, I prayed and asked God, where are we heading? Because that's the first thing we do. Where are we heading? Where are we going? After that, created an Instagram page, created a website, and it just flourished from there. Pivoted into business consulting, grant editing, and authorship. So my grandma told me, you're a writer, so write. And that's exactly what I pulled through with my gift of writing.
Wow. Well, how do you feel that this business has healed you personally throughout the way?
This business has healed me because there's so much I had to say. There's so much that I had to evoke in my grief healing journey. At some point, we go through grief. And I needed to get it out. And I needed a healthy momentum way to successfully let people know you're not alone in your writing and your business and anything you want to do, but to understand that women of color are not always seen in their light. And that's what made me feel like it was time to push through with the writing. And it's such a beautiful thing, Miss Robin, to be able to meet people where they're at, but to also hear their stories and how transformative it is just with me pushing myself and my goals and letting them know, like, hey, if you can do it, I can do it too. You know, go ahead.
Biggest transformation from a client?
Oh my goodness. I met a client. Our first project together was editing a 17-page capstone paper. Jesus. She didn't even know where to start. She didn't even know anything, didn't even know how to gradually get into it. And I took her on. She was a referral from a friend. And after that, not just getting through it with her, holding her hand, we got her through graduate school. She's going to graduate next year. We got her through her internship, her clinicals. And I mean, at some point, your clients become almost like your family. So it was beautiful to see her rise from a 17-page paper to clinicals to about to graduate once again under Franklin Freelance.
Oh my gosh, congratulations. Yeah.
Yay.
And she's just, and you know what? She's going to remember that, you know,
Yes.
later, like years on down the line, like, wow. I remember when the mere thought of writing this paper gave me anxiety. It didn't got through it. Okay.
And someone was patient with me. They remember that.
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to writing, because you know it's good that you offer the service that you offer, because a lot of people have a story they want to get out there, they don't know where to start, all the things. So talk about what is the difference between telling a story and telling it with passion and powerfully.
Tone. You got to know your tone. You have to understand and be confident in who you are and whose you are. So, telling a story, I could tell you a story right now as we are live with our audience. I could go ramble on, but the tone of the story and the context of the story is what's going to grasp people.
Mm-hmm.
With the book, sis, you need some rest. Ooh, sis, you need some rest. Okay, cool. I do need some rest. What does this mean? Mental health? It's the same. It goes in the same cadence with writing. You receive a prompt. You go down that prompt, you just write there. When it comes to narrative writing, which you're telling a story, your tone and the context is how the people are going to perceive this. And then how are they going to see you once you kind of bridge it out? So that's what's important, that tone.
Absolutely. And which is great, because that was coming to my next question about biggest mistake when it comes to messaging. And that kind of still goes hand in hand when it comes to writing, and it actually makes sense, and it's reaching who it needs to reach and all that fun stuff. For the person right now, they're like, I want to start. I'm nervous to start. I'm nervous to put it out there, especially if it's something very private.
Mm-hmm.
And they're putting it out there. They want to put it out there. And what would you tell that person right now? If they're thinking about writing a book,
mm-hmm.
thinking about working with someone with their book, potential
mm-hmm.
book, but the confidence, they're not there. Go.
Start. If you don't start, you'll never start. If you don't write, listen, the pen is always going to be there, but it needs you to manage it. So what I will always say is start. You got to put the fear behind you. I mean, writing something such as this, it was very vulnerable for me, but you know what? How would I have gotten to so many women illustriously to protect them, to help them, to be vulnerable with themselves had I not started it, had I not written it? And the beauty about being confident in your story or our testimonies is that we have no idea how big this could be one day. We have no idea how many blessings will come from that. And hearing people and saying like, girl, because you started, I can either finish or begin my own story. Start.
We have a question, but what does starting look like? You're crazy.
You know what the starting look like?
I cannot.
And writing that pen onto that pad, honey. That's what started. You hear that click? That's where you
hold on. We're gonna do a commercial. Cause that nut did a commercial. Hold on. I need you to do that one more time. Go. Put it up again. I'm gonna quit encouraging you. I'm terrible. So now that we've started, meaning you, we've started, we wrote our book, meaning
mm-hmm.
You're now helping others with their books.
Yes.
You now have a testimony for helping people with their books, and they're going on and do whatever they're going to do. What is next for Franklin? For the Franklin, I wouldn't say the Franklin company being funny, but Franklin Freelance. What is next for Franklin Freelance?
What's next for Franklin Freelance, honey? Let me tell you. So, Sis You Need Some Rest has actually begun to have her own candle line. So now we have our candles that are scented into jasmine and vanilla with some lavender, and they do have that as well with the lavender. Sis also she has her own blanket. Yes, Sis You Need Some Rest
Flip it over.
blanket.
Flip it over for the screen. Another way. Right now.
Okay.
And let the people know where they can get all of that.
So you can receive this beautiful candle by Sunflower Peace Box LLC, my good sis, and she will be able to make that for you. Please put your orders in. And now this beautiful gem here, which was crocheted by my cousin, you can get that from Love Tangled Yarn.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice. And then if someone wanted to schedule a consultation with you because they got a book in their heart and they want to let it out, how can they, let us know how they can reach you?
They can reach me at Franklin_freelance_MLJ, which is my Instagram, or you can reach me at FranklinFreelanceMJ@gmail.com. And I will be more than happy to support you. And I will be more than happy to do an intake consultation just to see if I'm the girl for you when it comes to writing your book and or ghostwriting for you.
Absolutely. Well, Patricia, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here, honey. Dropping gems on us in a flash. And all I'm gonna say, y'all just look at the background. You just tell her personality just right off the bat. Sprinkle in the background. Thank you so much, sis. I can't wait to connect with you again. Continued success on all the things you have going and coming. Yes, thank you so much. Y'all give her some claps in the chat. Give her some hand claps in the chat. Yes, honey. That baby pulled her pin out. Like, click, like, get to it. That's hilarious. All right. My next mamapreneur that I am bringing to the stage, she is with child now. Her name is Megan Van Noy. She is a mom entrepreneur and founder of the Six Figure Practice Builder, where she helps fee-for-service solo practice owners move from survival mode to confident, strategic business ownership. She is also the visionary behind Modern Solo Mom, a movement redefining motherhood by rejecting burnout and self-abandonment as the price of success. Ladies and gents and ladies, give it up for Megan Van Noy. There she is. Hi, beautiful.
Yes.
She says, I am here, present. Megan, how are we feeling today?
I'm feeling 18 weeks pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Yes. She's having our little bundle of joy, like I'm carrying the baby. She's having our little bundle of joy. Glad that you can be with us tonight. So, Megan, talk about Modern Solo Mom.
I would love to. So, yes, I am more than happy to share this little boy with anybody who wants to help, because I am a solo mom and I have a 5-year-old little girl already. Her name is Isabel, but she prefers to be called the Boss Queen. So
love it. I'm here for it. I like her already. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. And she gets to have a little brother. And, he's her little brother, but she's not his big sister. So that's kind of where we're at right now as far as her losing her only child status. So
fun times. Times.
I think once she gets here, she's gonna be really into it. But in the meantime, we're soaking up all the mommy time. And I built Modern Solo Mom. I've been a single mom now for going on, is it 3 years, I believe? excuse my pregnancy brain. And I am a survivor of intimate partner violence, and, you know, rebuilding my life, rebuilding with her, rebuilding myself, and going through that whole process and doing it in such a way that I want to rewrite the stories of like who single moms are.
Absolutely.
And who single solo moms are, because yes, we're resilient. Yes, we do it all. Yes, we do all the things. And it's amazing, but there's also so much shame that comes with it, right? And I have built a multi-six-figure practice, and that's like the first hat that I wear, which I will absolutely talk about as well.
Right.
You know, because I had the financial means that I created for myself, that was a huge reason why I was able to leave. And not every mom who's in, you know, not every mom who's in that situation has that available to them. And so, you know, I don't want that to be a reason why moms can't leave and why they can't recreate and restart for themselves. So I created the Modern Solo Mom movement. I have a course called the Modern Solo Mom Method that helps moms build and helps them get out and helps them, you know, gives resources where they need it, and also gives the ability to heal their nervous system, to move through like the shame and the guilt and the WTF do I do now, and take everything that I have learned and everything that I've gone through to then be able to help other women. Because where I have found myself in my life, you know, I am mid-30s. I obviously look 21, but I'm mid-30s. And
love it.
You know, I've gone through some stuff in my life, obviously. And, you know, I've really kind of sat down with God, and I've been like, okay, if somebody needs to go through these things, because these things happen in the world, why am I not the perfect person to have gone through it, survived it, rebuilt from it, and then steward and help other women through it? Why am I not the best person to experience this and then bring that to everyone else? So, you know, I'm based in Portland, but everything I do is worldwide, is wherever you need to be. I want to be able to help build that. So that's where the movement came from. And I love it. I'm so excited about it. You know, a couple of years ago, someone told me, they're like, you should really think about like doing a movement for single moms. Like, you've really got this down. And I'm like, I don't know that I want to be labeled as the single mom. And I resisted it. And the longer I've been in it and the more that, you know, I do, I'm like, why would I not embrace every single side of me?
Absolutely. But I'll say this. So it's not being labeled as that single parent. I just spoke on this recently. Just because you are a single parent does not mean life stops.
No.
Just because you are a mother does not mean life stops until after the kids graduate. Because when the kids graduate, what you gonna be doing after that? Sitting around scratching your head. Okay, so what do I do now? You still have a purpose here on this earth. And so I love that that is a focus, because we need community. And I'm glad that you're providing that community within your movement. So I just want to give you the kudos here live. Just, it is amazing what you're doing. And then to encourage those moms to go and fulfill whatever dreams they have, because they got them. It's in them, you know, they ain't going anywhere. And so that's good that you're a pillar for those moms.
I love it. Thank you so much. And, you know, the other piece is too, one of the biggest things is like, we're not just moms.
That part.
You know, we are friends. We are women with like hobbies and ambitions. We are providers. We are, you know, I always say we're like 6 different hats, you know, there's, and I you know, I actually wear the 6 different headbands, but you've got the hat game. I've got the headbands. You know, it's like, you're not just one identity. And it's so easy, especially in the early days, to get lost in that identity of one identity and being able to open up and fill all your buckets. And that's part of why I created the course was, so, not only do I want to like completely get rid of the bitter baby mama, bitter single mom, like that whole, whatever we want to call it, because it's just not true.
Right.
But also like you're more than just one identity. And I want to be able to help bring that out in people. So
Love that.
that's how we got here. And so, yeah, I have a free resource, like a starter guide for solo moms. Then I also have the Solo Mom Method course. All that's linked. You can find me on Instagram, my personal, as at I am Megan Van Noy. And then, excuse me, I also have a cold, because I'm a mom in the winter. So, here we are.
It happens.
And I also, my first career is actually, I help solo practitioners. So myself, I'm a myofunctional therapist by trade. I've been doing that for 10 years. So lactation consultants, speech language pathologists, occupational therapists, physical therapists, chiropractors, really any healthcare practitioner that does not bill insurance or can't bill insurance, help them build their practices. And that's where the Solo Practice Builder came from, helping basically create the life that you want to live with your skills, with your clinical skills. And, most of the time you don't leave your 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whatever it is, as a practitioner to then go work 24/7.
Yes.
You leave because you want to work for yourself, because you want to create the life for yourself. And, I now get to pick my daughter up and drop her off, take her to preschool, pick her up every day. I do have childcare support that I've created and found, but I get to work my own hours and I get to both be there for her as much as possible and still have a career. And so the Solo Practice Builder is how I've been able to do that.
I love that. And it can happen for you too. So if you're a single mom right now, watching, you're like, I don't know how it's going to happen, what to do next. You are seeing it with myself. You are seeing it right here with Megan, that the things could happen. The blessings can flow even while being a single parent. Being a single parent is, yes, that's what we are, but it doesn't define Megan. It doesn't define any of you that could be, single parents. Yeah. So besides doing all the amazing things, big audacious goal of 2026, besides having our nephew, I didn't claim him. Besides having our nephew, big audacious goal, what's next?
Oh gosh, I've got a couple, because I always love a big audacious goal, besides giving birth in August, because it's just, not big enough, I guess. But, I would love to get over 2,500 moms in our community who we're supporting.
Okay.
And, and then on the solo practice side, I would love to help 1,000 practitioners this year. So those are my big goals.
So tell the people in the back how they can find you so you can work with them and help them reach their goals and help them 2 steps closer to freedom, ease and flow, because that's what we like. And so let them know how they can follow you, find you, all the things.
Yeah. So if you are a practitioner, you can find me at Solo Practice Builder on Instagram. I also have a free workshop on how to make 100K in a fee service practice. I have the full course that comes after that workshop, which is the 6-figure practice builder. And then if you are a solo mom, we've got at I am Megan Van Noy. I'm actually doing a daily vlog. So from when I was about 6 weeks pregnant until we're catching up currently, but there's a daily vlog. So every day I have talked about my pregnancy, and we'll probably go into postpartum as well. So if you want to catch up on the story and the tea over there, you can catch up there. And then we've created the Modern Solo Mom Method, and the free guide I have is at meganvannoy.com/stability.
Yes. Awesome. Well, Mama, take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Take care of our nephew over there.
He's a
And-
cooking. He's popped.
When are you due?
August 3rd.
Okay, you could have just, so if you could have waited until July, if he could just, present itself a little earlier, overlook me, let that baby cook. All right. Thank you, Megan, so much for being here today. Hope that you feel better. And we will be talking soon. I got some things up my sleeve. We'll talk.
I can't wait.
Thank you. Y'all give Megan some claps in the chat. Make sure if you got questions for our guest, feel free to ask. My next guest, we went from California, we got Oregon. Now we just, skedaddle over to Utah. Her name is Kelly Dykes. She is an ADHD and executive function coach, wife, mom of 2 neurodivergent children, a singer and a party band. She's going to do a solo for us today. She doesn't know it yet. In a party band who knows firsthand that busy brains don't come with an off switch. Say that again. As the founder of the ADHD Growth Mind Coaching, she helps overwhelmed minds build momentum using practical tools, compassion, and zero judgment. Ladies and gents, give her a round of applause in the chat. Her name is Kelly Dykes of the ADHD Growth Mind Coaching. And she is going to get us started with a song. Go. No, just play. No, just kidding. I'm not gonna put you on the spot like that.
Thank goodness, because I'm not warmed up, clearly. Thank you for having me here. I'm so happy to talk with you and about what I do. Really
Yes, absolutely, Kelly. So I know that all of this started from, of course, I think most of what we do, 9 times out of 10, comes from a very personal space. I've given the introduction, but I want you to kind of talk through that process of just you dealing with it personally, and then it's coming to a decision to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and help others.
Yes, love that question. So what got me into the whole ADHD world was I was looking for tools to help my son. At the time he was a lot younger. This was 2016, and upon coming across the DSM-5, which is the diagnostic criteria for ADHD, I looked at all the symptoms for ADHD and realized that I had every single one of them. And so I got the formal diagnosis and started going on this deep dive of all things ADHD and just realized there was such a need in that population for people to learn life skills and learn tools to manage their busy brains, but also to build their self-esteem. ADHD comes with a lot of baggage emotionally and a lot of really low self-esteem, really deep sensitivity, and especially when it comes to feelings of rejection or people not understanding them. And so I attended ADCA, which is the ADD Coach Academy, and then got some extra certifications because I just felt like God inspired me to learn about my own brain, but then help other people. Because I have to share that as a young mom, I felt like my brain was broken. Like I would drop the ball, forget things. I just compared myself to all my friends and neighbors. Like, why is their house so clean? How do they not forget things? And it just was it hurt my self-esteem so much because I felt like I couldn't function. I was kind of a hot mess. But then upon getting that diagnosis, I realized, oh my gosh, this is not about me, or it's not a character flaw. None of these struggles with time management or organization are moral flaws.
Mm-hmm.
And once I learned that, I just set out to help other people learn that about themselves too.
And to not beat yourself up so much about it. No one's perfect.
And yes,
Beat
exactly.
yourself up about it. Please give yourself grace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That's a huge part of my practice is understand your brain wiring and then give yourself so much grace. None of these symptoms are like an excuse. We're not trying to excuse ourselves. It's an explanation of what's going on.
Mhm.
So grace all the way.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So talk about the kiddos. So you see you have two neurodivergent. So I want you to explain what that means for the person that may not quite know what neurodivergent is.
Yeah. So with neurodivergent versus neurotypical, so it kind of sounds like, oh, typical. So someone with a neurotypical brain is going to function properly. Their executive functions, so the things that help us to plan, prioritize, manage our emotions, manage our impulses, our memory, focus, those things, right?
Mhm.
A neurotypical, they work properly most of the time, right?
Right.
With neurodivergence, that means that you are going to struggle with one, some, or all of the executive functions that I just listed.
Right.
And so it could be learning disabilities, it could be ADHD, autism, dyslexia, so many others, but it's unique brain wiring. And allegedly, studies suggest that it's a totally different nervous system when you have ADHD. Crazy,
Really?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it really is not typical. The wiring is just unique. So that's the difference.
Absolutely. So for a mom right now that may have a child who is, ADHD, all the things, what are some tips that you have for them to just kind of navigate it all in the process, especially process of finding out if that's exactly what it is and while, living through it?
Yeah, I love this question because I want to help give the children grace because we can get so frustrated and annoyed with our kids when we have to repeat ourselves and repeat ourselves. But we have to understand that the ADHD brain, thank you, the ADHD brain, thank
She says, thank you. Okay, go ahead.
you.
Yeah.
I'll sign autographs later. Anyway, so the ADHD brain is approximately 30% behind when it comes to the developmental side of ADHD. Excuse me. Let me try that again. The ADHD brain is behind 30% developmentally. It has nothing to do with intelligence. But when it comes to a child's ability to remember things, a child's ability to get organized or start their tasks when mom asks, they're like a 10-year-old really has the mentality of a 7-year-old. So that would be some major advice for moms and parents out there. Understand your child is not trying to be difficult. They're developmentally behind. It might show up emotionally. It might show up in how they socialize, but they will eventually catch up. So there's that. And then another piece of advice is just lots of reminders with patience and so much encouragement because kids who have ADHD receive 20,000 more negative comments and insults and, just criticisms before the age of 12 than someone who's neurotypical. So if you grow up hearing like, stop it, and just constantly criticized, think of how badly that hurts your self-esteem when you get into your teen years and your brain is still not developed. So your impulse control is, not there either.
Yeah.
So then you turn to things impulsively because your self-esteem hurts, you're struggling, right? So we want to prevent that by encouraging our kids, being patient with them as best we can. It's so hard. I get it. But yeah, so that'd be my biggest advice. Just understand they're not trying. Give so much patience and repeat.
Great. Great. So, what's next for ADHD growth minded consulting? Coaching. What's next?
Yeah. I just want to help ADHDers all over the world to learn the life skills and feel empowered and not just constantly live in chaos. I want to help as many people as I can. I typically work with, adults and students, like college students, but I also work with teens and students of that age. And I want to serve and just educate people everywhere as much as I can. So being on podcasts like yours and getting up and doing presentations at my local library. I mean, it's starting. I just want to spread awareness to help people understand ADHD better.
Absolutely. How can you be followed?
Yeah, I can be followed on Instagram at ADHD Kelly, and that's Kelly with a Y. You can find me at ADHDkelly.com. On Facebook, I'm Kelly Dykes. That's DYCHES. I have a live webinar coming up the end of March. It is called From Stuck to Started, and it's all about breaking free from ADHD procrastination. Check that Eventbrite link. It'll take you to my free webinar. It's awesome. It's educational. You'll walk away with so many tools to help you get motivated, get started on the things that you might be procrastinating. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Kelly. I'm just so amazed by what you're doing and the passion behind it. And so just congratulations on everything. And I know greater things are coming your way. So thank you. Take care. And of course, we will be in touch.
Thank you, Robin.
You're welcome. Everyone give Kelly some claps in the chat as she gives us her farewell tour. Yes.
That's right. I'll put details in the comments.
I love it. All right, y'all. Last but not least, hold on to your seats. I got Dr. Cosette White. Dr. Cosette M. White is a trusted tax strategist and resolution specialist dedicated to helping individuals and business owners navigate IRS challenges with clarity, compliance, and confidence. As the founder of Right Way Tax Relief Group, she specializes in resolving complex tax issues through lawful strategies, thorough documentations, and a practical, no-nonsense approach. She does many other things. We're going to talk about that in a moment. I'm going to call her the Jackie of all trades of this episode next to myself. Her name is Dr. Cosette M. White. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. I can't hear you, sweetie.
Okay, can you hear me now? Hello,
How you doing?
hello, everybody.
Hi, beautiful.
Thank you. Also, you know what? Okay, wait a minute. Everyone is talking about their little ones. I'm like, oh my goodness, mine's are grown.
They big children.
Yes, they big children.
Children.
But thank you so much for having me on here, Robin. I appreciate this.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, guys, earlier I talked about the power of being in the room. So Dr. Cosette and I met almost 2 years ago at a mutual friends conference. And that was my first time meeting her. We had a talk briefly in between the program, and she gave me her book. I forgot to go get the book to like be Vanna White real quick and show it. But she's also an author. She's a speaker. I see a little bit of it. The virtual background sometimes doesn't like us. She's a speaker. She does all the things. She's gonna tell you about herself in a minute. But I thought it would be perfect for her to kind of close us out, especially we're in a stage of everybody's doing their taxes. We have a lot of entrepreneurs who are tuning in, all the things. And so she'll give her little tidbits in a minute. But Dr. Cosette, tell the people, how did we get to where we are today?
Absolutely. So first of all, again, thank you guys. Thank you, Robin, for having me on here. I am, of course, Dr. Cosette, you guys. I started this journey some years ago, this tax journey, doing my own taxes. My grandmother was like, I need you to go upstairs, get a pen, get a paper, and we're going to do this tax thing together. So my journey with taxes started a long time ago. But it has grown, and I'm just so passionate about making sure that I help our communities, I help our taxpayers save when it comes to taxes, making sure that you all as taxpayers are in the know with what you can do and what you cannot do with those taxes. That requires doing some strategic planning, that requires doing a lot of different things. So the tax business, my taxpayers, you guys know I love you. I also work with my tax professionals to help them grow their business, Robin, to help them scale in their business, and to help them overcome some of the obstacles that I encountered as a businesswoman years ago. The word coach, it was there, but it wasn't used as freely as it is now. And so, my main thing, it's very loose, but I had a mentor. And back then it was just someone who I looked up to, and I could give them a call if I had a problem, and they would walk me through that situation, and we'd get through it. But my goal is to really help the entrepreneur, and particularly the tax professional who struggles, who doesn't understand the foundational things that, you and I had to overcome as business owners. I heard you say 6 years ago, you started this podcast. Guess what? 6 years ago, you was going through some obstacles about getting this podcast in order the way that you wanted to. So that's my goal. And yes, I do, you all. I wear multiple hats, but we can talk about those as we go on tonight. But that's really how I got started. That first W-2 back a long time ago when I didn't know what I was doing, and I was so happy, you guys, because I probably got back like maybe $100, but that was a lot for a young girl, right?
Right. So, Dr. Cosette, right now, what is a common issue that you're seeing entrepreneurs kind of faced when it comes to taxes?
The biggest problem, you all, is for our entrepreneurs is not maintaining accurate records. And right now, the Internal Revenue Service, they are hot on our tails. And I mean, like really hot, not just on the entrepreneur, but also on us. And so we are wearing a tougher hat nowadays. We have higher standards. We are being fined more as the tax practitioner because we rely on documentation that the taxpayer brings into us. And so we've heard that saying that all money ain't good money. All books are, and messy books, So we stay away from the messy books a lot of times because we don't want to get ourselves in trouble. But I think as a business owner, when we are laying the foundation, finances should be right there at the top. It should not necessarily be the marketing, all of those things. We need to make sure that we have our finances in order. We need to know the income. Gone are the days of how come I have less in my bank account, but you show another number on my profit and loss statement, or I show a different number on this Excel spreadsheet. So the biggest thing is uneducated entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs not willing to invest in their business so that they can see the growth. They can really understand what's happening in their business. And to every single entrepreneur out there, you know, if you don't understand your numbers, you're not growing. If you're wondering why my sales are not where they're at, why I'm not hitting the revenue projection, why am I spending so much in marketing? You're spending so much in marketing in all of the smaller areas because you're not managing things. You're not looking at a profit and loss every month, quarterly, even to say, oh my goodness, I had no clue I've been spending that amount of money. So many of you sign up for every subscription out there. And at the end of the year, you know, and I used to be like that. I think I said it at the conference. I don't know if I said it, but last year, you guys, I audited my numbers, subscriptions, and the number was crazy. It was really crazy. I'm so embarrassed to say it, but we are not sitting and I'm gonna tell you who found the number. When I had assigned the bookkeeping to my son, he was actually the one that said, Mom, what's going on? You have too many subscriptions. Do you realize you have these subscriptions? So that's the biggest thing that I'm seeing. And listen, ladies and gentlemen that are listening, the Internal Revenue Service is getting smarter by the day. You know, we have these new technologies, we have AI, we have a lot of different things that can determine what's going on with the taxpayer. Okay. Another thing I see, you guys love to commingle. You got to stop marrying your personal expenses and your business expenses, because the moment you get audited, boy, oh boy, oh boy, you just opened up a whole nother audit, a whole nother can of worms, because then they're going to ask for the supporting documentation that they see that they see on the personal side that maybe you didn't report. Maybe your grandmother gave you a deposit of $10,000. Somehow you put it in the wrong account. So educating them, making sure that our that our entrepreneurs are investing in themselves. And I'm gonna say it, just stop being cheap, you guys. You have to invest. You have to recycle the dollar. When you put money out in the universe, it's gonna come back to you. But as long as you feel like, I don't want to pay her, why am I paying him or her? I don't see the investment. Maybe you haven't found the right one to help you. So that's the biggest thing that I see with our entrepreneurs. And my background is accounting, Robin. So accounting, finance, I started out, my degree is accounting. So I'm really big on making sure that you understand what's a balance sheet, what goes in that balance sheet as a business owner, what's a profit and loss statement. How can I look at this to help me grow? What are the metrics that I need to be looking at, the key performance indicators? So I can go on and on with this.
No, I love it. Hey, you are educated. Hey, you have answered about 5 of my questions. It's fine. Yeah, you're doing great. So last question before we close out. What is the perfect way for a business owner right now? If they're brand new, or if they've been in business and they haven't quite been tracking their expenses? What is the proper, or real quick, the best way for them to track their expenses, business expenses, so they can have the receipts, if you will?
So here's what I say to all of us. With technology the way it is, there should not be any reason why we should not be a good steward of our finances. We need to take one day out of the week, half a morning, go to our bank statement, either download those reports, you guys, put them into an Excel spreadsheet, and look at what's happening. Look at the spending patterns. Look at where you can save. That's number one. If you feel as though you cannot invest in an expert to help you, look for a bookkeeper. There are some bookkeepers out there that they are transactional, is really what I like to call them. And they're basically, they're posting transactions that are going on in your business. They're not doing any of the analytical work. They're not doing any of that. They're just going in and coding. This was music, this was sales, this was rent, this was insurance. That's all that they're doing. They're not telling you what's happening with the picture. And remember, they're looking at the numbers, or you are looking at the numbers after the fact. So again, if you cannot, or if you feel as though you cannot invest in someone to assist you, do a simple Excel spreadsheet, you all. Start with the basics. Go back to a piece of paper and a pencil. Back to the basics, okay?
Write it down.
But as your business grows, you need to elevate. You need to use tools like QuickBooks. There's other tools out there. You need to begin to invest in yourself. You need to look at, and I'm going to break this down for you all. A bookkeeper, I just said it. They're the ones that's doing the transactional type of things. You have your accountant or your virtual CFO. Your accountant is probably going to look at the transactional as well as provide you with the reports and maybe some tax strategy. Then you have a virtual CFO who's working virtually, but they're taking a deeper dive. And then you may even have a tax strategist. It depends on the person's skill set. But if you can afford them, hire someone, you all. But if you can't, start with the basic pen to paper, like the young lady Patricia said earlier with the book. We're talking about our money. Put the pen to the paper and get started. Download your statement. Look at them on a monthly basis. See where there's expenditures that you can eliminate. See if there's fraud going on. A lot of times fraud goes undetected simply because you're not managing or looking at your bank statement. So those are just the bare basics for starting. The bare basics. Hire someone, y'all. Hire someone.
Tell everyone really quick before we close out, how can you be followed so they can know, they can learn more from you?
You guys can follow me on all social media platforms at Cosette M. White. All social media platforms, Cosette M. White. Only one that's a little different, you guys, is YouTube, and that's Dr. Cosette M. White.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Cosette. Thank you all so much. Absolutely. Thank you all so much for tuning in to episode 104 of the Mamapreneur Podcast. And I hope that you guys picked up what these ladies put down tonight. And I hope to see you all next month for me to interview some more amazing ladies from all over the world. You guys have a blessed evening.